Interdisciplinary. What is it? At first, I really didn't know what it meant, so I had to do my research. It is both a process and a practice. You have to practice to know the process. You're always going to be solving problems, thinking outside of the box, answering questions. People are always going to be asking you questions, and you got to be on top of it to answer their questions. Also, you need to be a team. So that means that you can integrate ideas with others to form your end project. So that's forming your goal. Communication, you want to be able to talk with your team, be open with them. And up here, it's kind of like a 1, 2, 3 step process with the interdisciplinary. So I've chosen to explain interdisciplinary in the health field. So this chart right here is my patient in the middle is a Parkinson's patient, and the members around is the team members of the Parkinson's patient. It requires each of these professions to care for a Parkinson's patient. You have the neurology, speech therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy, and the social work. You might question the social work, but with those patients, they may get down and they need a social worker other than a doctor. Why is it important? So some patients have multiple diagnoses, and so that requires more team members. Improve the patient's outcomes. You want to be able to work as a team to improve the outcome. If your team's working together, it helps the patient have a better outcome and it can reduce the length of the stay for the patient if you all are working together and if you're on the same page as your team members. You need to have a good relationship with your patients and assure them that they can trust you. Trustworthiness is very important to your patients. You don't want to lie to them because then they will not trust you. As long as you have open communication and if you're honest with them, they're going to trust you, which is really important for them to do. Teamwork, in my opinion, this is the most important part of the process. If you're not working as a team, then you are never going to accomplish your goals, and your patient's never going to get better if you are not working as a team. So here's a few things. You have the different disciplines. That goes back to that chart that I showed you with the neurology, social work, and so on. Those people share the responsibilities. Respect your teammates. You don't want to step on anybody's toes. Then you have your goals. What's the end goal? What does your patient need in the end? Not only encourage each other, but encourage your patient to meet their goals. I think that's a really important part of this process is the encouragement with others. Next is communication. You need to communicate as a team, communicate with the patient. Communicate openly. So whenever you're communicating with the patient, you want to communicate openly and break down the communication. In the health field, some people can, use the big terms, and your patient is not going to know what that means. So you have to break it down for them to understand, really what's going on. Involve the family. You don't want to leave the family out. And then document. So you're going to document what you went over when you spoke to the patient. So whenever the next person comes in to talk to your patient, they will know what you went over so they don't have to repeat themselves. Our next one is setting goals. So as your team, you can set a goal for your team and set a goal for your patient. So next is the discharge order. So this is your end after your goal. So you've reached your goal. Now it's time for your patient to head home. Maybe they, have reached their goals and they're going home, or they're, almost there to reach their goals and they just need a few more things um, to be able to reach their goals, like physical therapy or medication, going to follow-up appointments or emotional therapy. Those things can help them definitely reach their goals. And as always, send your patient home knowing you took the best care of them.